Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may our days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Just so you know, that was a brand
Hi,
new
welcome.
holiday theme song. I mean, it was a little.
I didn't write it.
It was a little racial, you know. But I just want to welcome you all to the Space Between podcast Christmas Eve episode.
Eee.
This is the podcast where we talk about the space between the North Pole and your chimney.
Oh, shit.
The space between Santa's elves and a decent paycheck. The space between getting gifts and receiving them. One's better. Which one's better to you, right?
I love to give gifts, too.
I do too.
But I love to get them.
You know what? I realized very late in my life I love giving gifts.
Yeah.
Probably when I was 17.
Was it a gift that you gave? And you're like, wow.
It's when I began to give gifts to women, actually.
So your mom doesn't matter to you at all?
Well, here's the thing. That mattered to me, but wow, you set me the fuck up, you know? That's something else. I just want to shout out people who are watching in the chat. We have Zach O'Connor live in the chat.
Hello.
We have Randall Begins live in the chat. Randall Begins comments that he is at Steak and Shake, which is an amazing, amazing restaurant.
Nice.
I'm quite jealous. Shout out to Chris Wilkinson. Chris is working with me on a project for a company. We can't say much about it yet, but I will say that Chris actually saved our assholes on this episode because we began to record the video and the mic had a weird flashing, so I wasn't sure if you could hear us. And the truth was you couldn't hear us.
You could, then you couldn't.
Yeah.
Then you could.
But now you can hear us. So listen, if there's any technical difficulties
Difficult.
during this episode, I'm just going to say thank you to Chris for solving the first ones, but if there's any ones after that, you could probably also blame Chris, you know?
Definitely.
So
but
I'm Pat
yeah,
Shand.
thanks for walking us through that.
Yeah, I'm Pat Shand.
That's Pat Shand. I'm Amy Shand. We're married. It's Christmas Eve.
So talk a little bit I can't even speak this episode.
Get your act together.
Talk a little bit about, that's a fucking tongue twister. Talk a little bit about the fucking I'm not sure how I can phrase this. The every kiss begins with K action going on between your eyes.
I saw it on a makeup show.
Can you zoom in? Because I don't think that can pick you up. I'll try to zoom in on the edit. But can you lean
I'll go to
in
full screen.
to the live thing? Yeah, lean into
It's not a big deal.
This
You think
too.
it's a huge deal.
Lean into this.
You looked at my face and you're like, whoa!
Now, I'll tell you this. There's one way that you can know that isn't real. And that's because we're still married, okay?
No, because if it was a piercing,
Lean back on the mic.
if it was a piercing,
Yeah.
it wouldn't go that far back.
That's what I was like. I look at that, and you know what it kind of looks like? It looks like you're crying very expensive tears, you know?
I like it, because you know how sometimes I put like the crescent moon and the dots on my face?
Yes, I do.
Like I like to put little like decorations on my face, and since it was we're going to your brother's for Christmas, I thought that they were reminiscent of snowflakes.
Yeah.
And I put them on there for
Damn, that's cute.
decoration, basically. I do like that piercing, and I want to get it eventually.
Yo, you know what would be... For real? Mm-hmm. Okay. You know what would be so dope, though?
What?
If you put more of those on your cheeks and also like a little sprinkle of glitter so each snowflake looks like a different size.
Trust me, I was brainstorming a lot. I even tried to paint a snowflake on my face with a bunch of crystals, but it looked like shit, and I had to wash it off.
I see.
And I don't have sprinkles that aren't like sea-themed colors. So I couldn't do that. If I had just silver sprinkles, I would have done it.
Yeah.
So.
We have a comment from Derek Ruiz, who is with Randall, I think. No. Randall's with Marco. Derek is just replying to Randall. I've actually never seen this function where you can reply to someone so it shows up as replying to Randall. Derek in the chat says, you guys make the cutest couple. Derek, thank you.
Wasn't he talking to Randall?
Oh, maybe he was.
About him and Marco?
Maybe he was. Yeah. That makes sense. But I mean...
Anyways, we have a party going on in our comments, basically.
Yeah.
So it's hard to follow, you know?
We're happy to be the second cutest couple, though, you know?
Definitely.
So much to talk about. So much has happened. And first of all, I want to say this. We have some new soundboard action going on. We have some new soundboard files. And I'm going to pepper these in like casually through the episode, okay? And I'll start by saying this. Today, Amy posted a picture of herself to social media. Mm-hmm. And for those who follow her, the picture is of Amy and... Come on, soundboard. It's a picture of Amy and...
I'm about to get you a computer.
It's a picture of Amy and... It's a picture of Amy and...
Just big old TITTS.
It's a picture of Amy and...
Just big old TITTS.
Wow. That was pretty good.
Thanks.
So you added, I see that you're making like a collection because you started with like 2 or 3 of them and now you have like 7.
We started, when someone pisses me off, I could tell them...
Kiss my whole asshole.
Mm-hmm. I think that when someone maybe writes a comment that we don't like on YouTube, I could be like...
Hold on, I got to fight, y'all. Listen, hold on.
I can't believe that's a real...
Okay. Now, we have ones that are classic to us because we've had these on the soundboard, but they haven't come up. Say if Amy likes... like if I find that Amy is following an attractive girl on Instagram...
Doesn't that make you gay?
Right? And then like if Amy or if I send a picture of my genitalia, right, to one of my friends, Amy could say,
why are you gay?
Right? Okay. And then I have a secret one, but I'm gonna save that for the end of the episode, okay?
I'm very ready. It's called End Episode. It's very suspenseful.
So that intro music, that was a once in a year time experience. Mm-hmm. That was you.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Christmas caroling to you guys.
It was you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And for those who don't know, the actual theme song, the regular theme song, is Amy as well.
Same voice, same person. Except for the Christmas song that I sang today. I didn't like make that one up. I know I didn't write the Christmas song.
You didn't make up White Christmas?
No, but it's a vocal looping rendition that I found on YouTube, and I'll try and link the girl who actually did create it because she created like all the sounds, and I just copied her rendition of it to sing the song. And I really like her, so she has a few followers on YouTube, but not enough in my opinion. So I will link her there so that you can go. She has a bunch of cool looping, and I always try to practice her songs when I'm trying to learn and practice like vocal looping.
Yeah, let's definitely put that link at the bottom there for those who are watching the video.
I can't remember her name. It sucks. I'm sorry, but
it's not Julie Easterlin, is it?
No, she's more like professional. This girl's super chill. She looks like she's like a teenager, and she's just sitting in her room, and she does a bunch of great covers. Yeah,
we'll definitely shout her out. Mm-hmm. Please give her a subscribe. But yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of racism there, huh?
A lot of what?
Racism, you know?
Yeah. What do you? Where did you get that from?
I mean, the intro song has me thinking, you know?
White Christmas? They're talking about snow, true. But yes, there is a lot of racism.
Are they? You know?
Separate
are
thoughts.
You? Wait, what are you talking about?
Snow.
Like snow bunnies? Do you know that certain white girls call themselves snow bunnies?
I didn't know that. I didn't want to know that. Mm-hmm. But now I do.
And that's what my friend Dwayne...
Is that like a Playboy bunny or something?
I don't know. But my friend Dwayne also used to call white girls snow bunnies, you know?
Okay.
Just so you know about that one.
Okay.
Now, I want to tell you guys a little bit about what we've been dealing with here. Lynn says, look up Helen. And Lynn is someone in the comments right now. Look up Helen Gillette.
Okay.
I wonder if she created the razors, you know? Hey, bad joke, you know? So listen, for the past 2 weeks, I have been a prisoner, okay?
Oh my God.
I've been trapped in the apartment, and it's lucky that my job, okay? My job has me at home. I write for a living, and sometimes not for a living, right? And I do it all in here, okay? The only reason I ever leave the house besides to eat is to play Pokemon Go. Or see my mom, or if Amy says, let's go do something.
And that's not true. Like you're the one that takes the cats to the vets.
That's true.
If ever. And you do food shopping sometimes.
I did say get food, okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like go out to eat.
I did, but I feel that your addition is covered by what I said, okay?
No, it's different.
Okay. I disagree, and we're not going to
a lot of the times after I go to bed, you run all the errands. Like, you'll go to Target and get all of our, like, toilet paper and stuff.
Well, that's true, because, like, I would rather, if it's not something we're going to do together, I would rather do it at a time where I could just knock it out, you know?
Yeah, and you play Pokemon at the same time.
Yeah, oh, yeah, of course.
A new event started at midnight last night, so if you don't play Pokemon Go, download the game and play it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But first, I was prisoner in my own home, okay?
Okay.
Because I think of some backstory here. About a year ago,
Oh my God.
we discovered a couple of instances of a dark brown reddish splatter, okay? And
Like on a box.
yeah, it was on a box. It was on the carpet. Mm-hmm. It was in multiple places.
Right.
And the truth is that we did research. We were sure it had come from the cats. There was never a question.
It was at basically wherever we found it was at cat asshole level.
Yes, because it smelled like a cat's asshole.
It smelled like literal. Yeah, like it came from inside a body. Like it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And it was like dark brown, like
Yes.
in like the hint of like blood, but darker.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So it looked like
100%.
a human or an animal substance, and it for sure didn't come from us. We didn't know what it was.
I'll tell you this. When I saw the first two, I didn't think it, but on retrospect, it could have come from me. Between the two of us, I have shit my pants much more than you.
But you would have admitted it.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
So here's what happened.
You even have Christmas socks on. You're so
yeah,
cute.
I have one of the two.
That's what I try to draw on my face, basically. But it fucking oof. All right, go ahead.
So, we even went to the vet to corroborate that the cats were. See, it smelled like, just to follow up, it smelled like a mixture of the ammonia of cat piss. It smelled like liquid shit.
Ugh, I have the chills just like thinking about it.
I have two more things to add. Two more things.
Okay.
Blood and a word that I realized yesterday sounds a bit like a racial slur. So I'm going to pronounce it Vinegar.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah, it smells like Vinegar, okay? It smells like blood, shit, piss, juice, and Vinegar, okay? And not like anything fancy like sherry Vinegar, nothing like...
Just like that straight up yellow shit.
Yeah, like avocado Vinegar, nothing.
Like rice wine vinegar.
Just straight
relax.
up Vinegar, okay? And then I took one of my cats, probably the... Hoyt is the one who, at the time, he had the juiciest asshole.
And he has a history of, like when he was little, he used to let the nastiest farts out.
Yes. So we thought, I mean, we were fucking in a Dan Brown novel. We were tying all the clues together, you know? I bring Hoyt in with his asshole to the vet, and I described the stain and asked, could this be cat spray? And the vet said, yeah. And in fact, they took Hoyt to the back and they juiced him. They found that his one of his
glands.
Yeah, one of the glands in his pussy, right? It was like a little overloaded. So the vet, and this vet is before I switched to his brother, who's a regular guy. This vet is Michael Scott as a vet, to the T, right? To AT.
Yeah.
What's right? To the or A? To AT. That's too many letters. To AT. That's a number and two letters. That's far too much. So watch. Michael Scott, right? He's draining my cat's asshole. He said He literally, and I might have told the story on the podcast before, that he was cleaning his butt and that he literally had to dodge out of the way of a butt spray, okay?
Imagine that being your job.
At this point, we were sure it was Hoyt doing this. Amy at some points blamed Neil as well, saying that it might have been our cat Neil because he hasn't had butt problems, but he's known to have a dirty butt, right? So
he's just nasty.
She's blamed him, and I'd say at least 5 times we've discovered a new stain, and Amy would say something like, "Oh, Neil," and I'm like, "No, it's Hoyt. I'm pretty sure." Well,
we were both wrong.
So was Michael Scott. We were blaming Hoyt.
But for the record, the vet actually didn't see what we had
he didn't,
found.
but I described it very well.
And he was like, yeah, he's got a dirty asshole. Like, he did his job.
He did, but I described the smell very well. But here we go. So.
But how's he supposed to know this? It's crazy. Okay, go ahead.
So. I discovered the source of the smell.
I have to sneeze.
And it wasn't anybody's asshole. You know, I had a pace going to this fucking story, you know?
Or you could say bless you.
Bless you.
Okay.
And stop, okay? So watch. 2 weeks ago. To the day.
Really?
Yeah. I see Hoyt over by some of my boxes. And we have boxes here. For those who are in the wide shot, you can probably see. We have boxes because we're a publisher, you know? We publish comics. Hoyt was over there. And it was as if he was trying to cover some piss and shit in a litter box, but he was doing it with the carpet. And I was like, oh, I probably caught him mid-spray. I've never caught him spraying, you know? So I went over and I saw some wetness and I touched it. I smelled it like fucking Nigel Thornberry, right? And
remember that show?
Yeah. I used a big fucking honker, you know? I smelled it and I was like, this is the spray. But it was clear. Okay? I began to clean it.
Which is weird, because, like, if it was Hoyt, it would have made sense that it was clear now, because he fucking basically got his butt cleaned out.
Yeah, he got that manual enema, you know?
Yeah.
So, I was cleaning it with some, like, cat odor spray. And I felt the drop on my hand. And my immediate thought is, uh-oh. And at that time, the spray was above my hand on a box. So I was like, had to be the spray. Then another drop. Another. I looked up, and we, in our apartment, okay, we have a sprinkler system. Now, the sprinkler system is about maybe between 6 to 9 nozzles, sprinkler nozzles inside. And that isn't for any springtime parties. No. That is if you cause a fire. Those sprinklers will react with the fire alarm and spray out water and put your shit out, okay? Now, I smelled the fresh drop. Lo and motherfucking behold, that smell was the smell of what I thought was Hoyt's asshole, but what was really a leaking sprinkler, okay?
So it's like... Basically, it's like sitting really, really dirty water that's like rotting or whatever. Yep. With like fucking nasty like microbes and stuff in it.
Yep.
And it's, sorry, I'm like whispering. It's coming from the sprinkler system in our ceiling, and there's a leak in the gasket, and now it's leaking down onto the floor. And we had no clue because we don't even look at the ceiling because we have a loft apartment. So our ceiling is like 30 feet above us. So we're like, never thought that it would be coming from the sky, basically.
Never.
And so he's looking from his hand where it's dropping up, 30 feet up into the loft. And he follows it to that spigot up there.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, fuck.
Damn, you use the phrases gasket and spigot. I'm pretty proud of you. I would have never said those words.
Thank you.
I don't know those words that well. So watch this.
I'm a handyman.
I'm going to break down the next few days about what we did.
Because if I was a handyman, I'd be able to fix this. But...
That's quite true.
And can you let me tell the part about when it got fixed the first time, and then I had to call you back into the living room?
Yeah, I'll stop there, and you can pick it up. And
just the part about how I found it.
I remember what happened on every day. Mm-hmm. So,
You were more there for like the saga, but
Tuesday, I discovered it Tuesday morning at like 3 a.m. So it was Monday night into Tuesday. First thing Tuesday, I wake up at 7. I call the apartment complex because I want this fixed. And when I call, they alert me that the sprinkler people are vendors, that their handymen cannot fix that. They have to call in a vendor, okay?
like an outside contractor, basically.
So your boy says call in a vendor. My shit's leaking. I had a garbage pail set up to catch those little drip drops. Take a look at my drip.
And the cats, of course, are fucking with the trash can now.
Yeah.
Now that we're paying more attention to it, they're paying more attention to it. Ugh.
That's that big drip. And fucking, so Tuesday, I set an appointment for the vendors. Now, that means I'm locked in the apartment from 9 a.m. to apparently 5 p.m. because I have cats, have to put them away, and the cats are going to be locked up, or this guy will have permission to enter, which means our cats are freed. Nah, B.
Because they're not careful and they don't know.
No. So watch this. At about 5:10, the vendor comes, and the fucking ball's on this guy. He comes, takes a look at the leak, and goes, "Oh yeah, it's leaking. We gotta fix that."
At the end of the day, mind you.
I'm like, "Hey, dude," and I didn't say this because I was just so flabbergasted. I was like, "Is he gonna leave and come back with a fucking ladder?" No, he came in, diagnosed the leak, which I had diagnosed the night before.
Did he think you were lying? You know, like, what the hell?
So he leaves.
This isn't a police investigation. Like,
yeah,
it's leaking.
He leaves, and I'm left with the information that there's going to be two gentlemen coming the next day. I thought it was going to be him, too, who would fix it. And that'll be Wednesday. Wednesday comes, bitch, Wednesday passes.
But it doesn't just, like, it's not just, like, comes and passes. It's a day where, same thing. The cats, all four of them, are in the bedroom, which is the smaller room of the whole apartment. So they're getting real antsy and annoyed. And then you can't leave the house at all.
I'm calling the apartment complex. Oh, do we have a time on when these guys are coming?
You look like Elvis Presley.
They're supposed to come in at fucking first thing. But then an emergency happened. And I'm like, bitch, this is an emergency. They never showed up.
I wonder why they don't have, like, more people working for them, you know?
That's Wednesday, okay? Thursday, they show up. They fix the broken sprinkler. They notice red liquid dust crusted over on two other sprinklers, the ones that have been making the Hoyt ass drip. They're like, we gotta fix those too. They go in the ceiling, right? Well, first, no. The first one they went in the ceiling, so they wouldn't have to take a hole out. This, they said, that was too dangerous. We have to take a piece of the ceiling out. So they took a hole out of the ceiling and put in that new sprinkler system. 2 new sprinklers. Here I am, making an appointment. No one can come the next day, Friday. Someone will be there on Monday to fix the hole in the ceiling.
Like the drywalling part, right?
Yes. So now, I think we have a fixed sprinkler. My heart is at ease.
Take some deep breaths.
I walk away.
Go lay down on your bed for a little bit. Cuddle with the cats.
Take it away, Amy.
And then I'm just like, all right, no problem. So I figure we have the weekend. You know, they're going to come fix the drywall. It's like different, you know, and we're moving along. And then I walk across the living room. Pat's in the bedroom. And I hear... So I'm like, what's that noise? I thought, because the hamster's over there in her cage. And hamsters are known to be, like, chewing on stuff and things. So I sometimes get afraid, like, maybe she's trying to get out or trying to get through the wires making noise. So I'm looking at the hamster cage, and it's behind me. So I turn around, and I see, bloop.
You actually saw it.
Yeah, I saw it coming. It started at my eye level. I saw it coming down and hitting the box in the same spot, like, every 20 seconds. So I'm like... Fuck, my heart drops. I didn't even want to tell you because you're going to be so pissed off. Because we thought it was the end, but it was like basically the first third of the saga that's about to go down. So I'm like, Patrick, you need to come out here. I need to show you something. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, check this out. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I'm going to go pour myself a glass of wine because it's officially like 2:30 Christmas Eve. and you pick it up here because now you know. Because now
you're putting this wine here.
Yeah, because I have
okay,
white wine left. Yeah. But because it's a holiday. I do want to say though.
Just don't vomit tonight, please.
I won't. I'm gonna take it slow.
Just saying.
Relax.
If you have a girl, you know what I'm saying. You know.
Yeah. So listen, I just want to say before you pick it back up with what happened. Dude, I was locking myself in the room with the cats because it was making me anxious to hear them be anxious for the next, like, the whole time this was going on. I was just sitting in the room smoking, trying to, like, taking naps and stuff, going out, coming back, and Pat was the one that was having to deal with them, and he continued to be so, it would be like the 6th time he's calling the apartment. Hey, just checking up, you know, like, if they're gonna come. At this point, I would be fucking red in the face.
Yep.
I don't know how, I would be this color. I don't know how you were doing it. And then when they'd come, like, there was one time when you're like, all right, they're coming now. Can you go away? Or like, I'm going to call them, can you leave? Because I'm pissed for you.
Well, I was just on the phone with them.
And for us.
And Amy was like screaming out things that were not a problem at all. And I was trying to communicate.
Because I always nitpick.
What was a problem?
Yeah, I always nitpick like weird things that are like specific either like to me or I think is like a big deal.
We're getting so far ahead though. I got to tell a story.
All right, bye.
All non-chronological ass. All right, so here's what happens. I call the apartment back, and they say they have to get in touch with the vendor, who is done for the day. So I got some new drip. Okay, I have some new drip. Whew. Here's what happens next. I wait. Now this is Friday. It started on Monday night into Tuesday morning. Friday comes. Bitch, Friday goes. At about 6 p.m., one of the vendors who was here comes back. And he does that same fucking Tuesday shit. And he was much better than the guy who was so vague. He comes and he was like, I think that my impression was he thought maybe like there was something quick to fix. Nah, bitch. It was a different sprinkler. He said, "Oh, I don't know how that happened, but we have to come back with my guy. He can't do it alone. He needs someone to help him with the ladder." Now that's Friday. The question is, are they open Saturday? The answer is no. Saturday, Sunday go by. These days I was able to at least leave the house because I knew that they weren't coming. Monday comes, you bitch. Okay, fucking. Monday, they show up. The guy and a different guy show up. They sure do. They go in the sprinkler. They realize that somehow, not the sprinkler nozzle, but the actual pipe has a hole in it. And the pipe is leaking. That's pretty cute. So they fixed that. And that's the end of those gentlemen. And one guy, it was a different guy. He was very talky, you know. He was a nice guy. But
yeah, some of them were mad funny.
Yeah, very talkative guy, you know. Then finally, Monday night, the apartment complex begins. He gets up there, and he begins to drywall. Tuesday, he finishes the drywall. Wednesday, he paints the drywall. He tells me, we have to come back tomorrow for another coat of painting.
Because unfortunately with shit like that, I guess, you have to wait for it to dry in between.
Yes. Now it's Thursday. He does 2 more coats that day. This is my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is my 8th day behind bars, dude.
You'd never be able to go to jail.
I've fucking served time on your asses.
Good thing you're a good boy.
He finishes the job, and then he says to me, we got to do another coat tomorrow, man. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, unless you don't want to. And I said, oh, no, we're not doing a new coat then.
It looks perfect.
And he said, I mean, if you change your mind, you can just call and let us know. And I told him, and this is true, I told him he could have painted that with purple paint, I don't give a fuck. I said, you could have painted that with cum, I don't care. I'm done with this.
He's been done with it.
And he said, well, just, if you ever have anybody over and you want to make sure that they don't see that. And I was like, listen.
He was just concerned that, like, his job looked 100% good.
Yes. I said, dude, if anyone comes to my place and looks at my ceiling, which is so fucking high up there, because for ballers, then they're a fucking asshole. And that was it. He left, and that was fucking it, you guys, okay? We have a comment here. Lynn says, I feel your frustrations. Stormed for 3 days straight, and we have a hole in our roof leading to the attic, from the attic to the closet. That was fun. Oh, yeah. All that shit sucks, you know? It's, but it's solved. I'm free. I served my time, you know?
Totally. You did really well.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Now, I have some topics to go over, but we didn't talk about if you have any topics or if you want to say anything, you know, if you want to talk about any ideas for things to say. But
I just want to tell a couple stories.
Okay.
Quick ones.
By the way, I believe that one of your fake piercings is actually in my sock. And I got to say, I love you so much.
They're both on.
Hey, are those the only two you've ever used, or do you have a bunch of those?
It's not a fake piercing, True. I saw this on a makeup show. It's a facial decoration.
First of all,
trying to trick anyone into
you
thinking
call
my
those
face
fake
is
piercings to
pierced.
me.
No, when I do it on my lip, it's a fake piercing, because that's a real piercing. It's not the placement of a real piercing. It's just like, basically, it's like really chunky makeup.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
That is so far from the point of that story. The point is, one of your glittery shits,
I was trying to derail you.
which is thick, is in my sock right now. Okay? Now you can start.
That was the story?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I've been taking the opportunity in the last couple weeks to like treat myself to things that I haven't like ever or done in a long time. And they were funny and fun and experiences that I think people should definitely do. One, I got a manicure.
Okay.
And this is because it's been since our wedding that I got my nails done.
Yes.
And when I got them done, I got like the gel, which I think looks great for the first couple days, but they're like annoying because they were too long. Then they start growing out, blah, blah, blah. I have to rip them off. It's like such a pain. I didn't want that. But for only $10 down the street from our place, I met the nicest fucking lady named Maria. She was so sweet. She fucking, you know, they like it's not just like painting your nails. Even if you're a guy, they lotion you up. They like massage your hands. It's super like anti-stress. They use like aromatherapy oils. And then she didn't put shit on my nails except nail polish.
Yeah.
And now I have black nails. And it was mad fun. The second thing was, it was a really funny and weird experience. I got a full body Swedish massage.
Doesn't that make you gay?
No. But that was a good use of the soundboard.
Thanks.
I'm impressed with that.
Thank you.
I didn't even see it coming. You popped it up. I got a full body massage. And this is so strange because you have to, but these people, they're very good at what they do. And she was like so professional and everything.
What do you mean by these people?
The people that work at the massage, anybody who does a massage,
Okay.
they actually are trained and learn like different pressure points of your body. Yeah. So that when I left, I was so relaxed, you know what I mean? And it was super duper nice. But it was really funny because it was right down the street from our apartment and I was the only one in there. And then halfway into my massage, remember I told you this guy comes in and he was like this muscly, like Guido type guy and he gets a massage. And I couldn't see him or anything like that, but we were like behind curtains and stuff. But I could just hear him like groaning and stuff as he was being massaged.
He was busting nuts in there.
I couldn't tell if it was that or if she was like hurting him. Yeah. But I'm just like, it doesn't hurt that bad, bro. Like, why? Isn't that embarrassing to make those? Is it embarrassing? And then I'm thinking, am I weird for not? Because there was times when it hurt me, but I was like actively trying not to make any noise. Just trying to be silent. Because isn't that weird to go like, ugh.
Well,
as you're getting a massage?
I mean, you and I are very different as far as like controlling our public reactions. Can you do an impression of me getting a massage that I don't like a too hard massage? That's what I would say. Yeah.
You'd be like, stop, like that.
I'd be like, ah! So that's what I did when we tried the apple crisp.
What about when you got your ear pierced and you said it hurt really bad? Did you go like, ah, like that?
Oh yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
you're supposed to go like this. little tear comes out your eye, a little crystal tear.
Let me tell you something.
Because you're hard.
The girl who was piercing it was like really uncomfortable.
Did you do it at Claire's?
No, I did it at fucking Utopia.
Oh.
She was a gangster. She said she had never experienced cartilage this hard before.
She said, "Boy, you got a hard head."
She didn't know it came as hard as me. Yeah, she did. But yeah, I was bleeding out though.
Jesus.
But yeah, so you got a massage, you got fapped one off, you know?
No, but I'm not someone who like goes and gets like pampered and stuff, like hardly ever. And the last couple weeks I've just tried those things as like new experiences because I've been like stressed and stuff.
What would you do?
It was fun.
What would you do? And I want you to tell the truth here. Tell the truth. What would you do, right? If you were on that MT, the massage table, okay? Mm-hmm. And the lady who was massaging you, she says, happy ending?
I would say no. And then I would report her to the police.
No, you wouldn't.
I probably would. Isn't that like so weird? That would make me like scared.
I think it's almost weird that they don't do that, you know?
Well, sounds like a personal problem that you have.
I mean, I've never gotten the massage. I'll tell you this.
If I was a massage therapist, I would never ever do that or offer that in like a professional setting because you could like legit lose your license. You're not you're not working at a sex shop.
Yeah, but you might get really bad Yelp reviews if you don't though, you know?
I'll 5-star her. And she didn't do shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're strange. But it was nice.
No, I don't know shit. I've never gotten a massage. It's just like a stereotype that you go there, mm-hmm. and you end up leaving with a bit less cum than you came in with, you know?
Oh my God, the way.
So yeah.
You probably left with more because it was on like the table thing.
Oh, God.
From that guy that's like, ugh. Yeah.
So.
And I made cookies with the kids that I babysit.
Yeah, she made a cookie of us.
Tell you
that much.
I went to their house last night and we did some holiday stuff. We baked some cookies and it was really fun. I made an Amy and a Pat cookie. And just getting festive for Christmas and stuff has been really nice. Oh,
and you also, as a model, you posed in a limited amount of clothing for a group full of minors.
Wow. We hear like the police knock. Police.
Yeah.
No, what happened was our friend Laura has an art studio that she just opened, and it is so cool in there.
Yeah, let's say what it is. Let's get real specific.
You want to shout it out?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for me to pronounce. There are certain words that I struggle with, but to me, it's pronounced Hugh.
Yeah, Hugh.
Yeah, you said it with like a bit more smoothness.
Yeah.
Like you said Hugh. Hugh. Mm-hmm. I have a little in my H, Hugh, okay?
Like a German.
Yeah, it's a little bit like I'm a German, and it's a little bit like I have a cold all the time, Hugh, okay?
Okay.
So yeah, Laura has Hugh.
Yeah, she runs an art studio, and she teaches several different kinds of art classes there throughout the day.
Yeah.
And one of them was a figure drawing class for kids under 18. It was her teenager class.
Yes.
So technically, it was an art modeling gig. Whereas usually when she has adults, I'll go and Pat will bring like a robe for me and then I'll pose a nude so that they can get like the full human figure. But for here, since they're kiddos, nobody wants that. So.
Well, they probably do. Because like through your outfit, you can still kind of see.
Big old TITTS.
I didn't think so. I thought I did a good job picking it out.
Yeah.
Because it was just a straight up tank top, but it was like skin color, but not the exact color of my skin tone, a bit darker.
Yeah.
And then it was spandex shorts.
Yes.
So I basically look like a mannequin.
Some mannequins these days are pretty fucking sexy though. Like you
less sexy than a mannequin even.
You ever see one of those mannequins for like Aerie? The adult ones, like those are.
We'll have to go mannequin watching at the mall next time.
Yeah, like the mannequins these days are like damn near like a sex doll, But like.
I saw mannequins at the mall yesterday, or was it yesterday that we went?
I don't know.
Yeah. They were just all white, but they had big old fake eyelashes glued onto their face.
Big old
Nothing
fake
else,
eyelashes.
just big black eyelashes on their white mannequins.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's not.
It was weird.
So I have 3 New York City stories.
Okay.
Should I tell those now?
Yeah.
So one involves you that I might have you bring in the clip for it if you still have the clip.
Excuse me. I hope I saved it.
If you didn't,
I
it's
have to
okay.
go check on my phone.
But I'll tell you this first. I was in the bathroom at Penn Station, okay? And I'm just going to outright and say it. There was a white man who sounded as if...
Oh, God. I hate this story.
He grew up, or like he aspired to be like a 90s era rapper. He had a very like Styles P, Michael Rappaport.
Like in the movie Grind, a wig-a-dick.
What?
A wig-a-dick.
I never heard that before.
Yes, in the movie Grind clip that I showed you. Yo, guys.
Oh, yeah. That needs some more context for sure. Yeah, he sounded like he wanted to be like a Styles P, like a Michael Rappaport, and he had even like a little bit of 6ix9ine in him.
Okay.
But he wasn't that young, I don't think. He was probably like mid-30s. He was a blonde guy. He was blonde, you know? And he was the kind of blonde where his skin and hair is dirty, okay? He is, picture this. Penn Station has a very active urinal system, you know? There are 2 areas that you go in, and there's always a line, and you just pick the next urinal out, and to be honest, you piss in there, okay? So this guy wasn't doing any of that. This guy, and I'll say this, he was fully clothed.
Okay.
That's one part that is kind of incongruous in what he ended up talking about, okay? First, it seemed like he was shouting out a gang. And he shouted out, bum gang, bitch! It's bum gang!
Bum?
Yeah, B-U-M. Now, in retrospect, he could have said bum as in like asses.
Butt, yeah.
Yeah. But he was shouting out bum gang. He said,
It's like British, though.
he said, it's bum gang, bitch! Ain't nobody fucking with us! Like that.
I think that's what he means.
And he was bent over the sink. And I glancingly saw him because he started to really go in after I start peeing, okay? So as I'm peeing, I'll say this, my penis was out. I was peeing with it, right? And this guy said the N-word, okay? Mm-hmm. And in place of that, I'm just going to say guy. Because I have to say the quote of what he said, and I'm not going to say that shit. Because I'm not racist like you singing about White Christmas, okay? So this guy says, any guy could take his dick right now and stick it in my ass. Any guy could take his dick out and shove it in my ass. Right now.
And he said it just like that in a New York accent?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And let me tell you something.
There's some wild stuff that happens there.
While I was there, he had no takers. Okay?
I hope not.
He specified, any guy, take his dick out and shove it in my ass, he said.
Any guy.
Let me tell you something.
That's bum gang gang.
I went, because I got a glance of him when I was coming in. Uh-huh. And then as I was peeing, I heard what he was saying, okay?
Yeah.
And when I turned around to wash my hands, I got the full scope. This guy was not bent over one sink. There's 3 sinks at Penn Station. He was stretched over all 3 of them. So I turned around from peeing, and I looked at the situation. I go, what? And then I just walk out. I'll be honest, I didn't wash my hands. I ended up washing my hands at a Rose Pizza.
Yeah.
Man.
It's probably a better choice.
Man, yo. Lynn comments along the lines of Malibu's Most Wanted. Yeah, but honestly, as far as like his gangster, I was a bit more convinced.
Lynn, that's one of my favorite movies, and I love you more now.
I mean, it's kind of gangster to like be that confident, you know? Anyone.
I don't know if it was as much confidence as it was like drugs.
Oh, he was tweaked out for sure. So that's one incident. Incident number 2.
That's not the one I'm a part of, just so you know.
No. Incident number 2, you also weren't a part of. But I'll tell you this, for those who follow this podcast on the reg, and you have seen and heard my city stories, you know what I do when someone comes up to me on some religion and money shit in the city. Can you tell them what I do?
You hiss at them.
I hiss at them like a cat like or a snake. I is what I do, okay?
Like Freeform's siren.
Usually, yeah, like Freeform's siren. Usually what I do is they come up to me and I go, and I hiss in their face and they back off. They're like, oh, this is crazy. And they probably know crazy from working in the city. So, this lady. First of all, I'll put a video in here. I can't play the clip now, but I'll talk over it as if it's in here, and I'll put it in the edit. There was this guy he had a big horn, and I was witnessing this while playing Pokemon Go. I'm a shiny hunter. I'm that shunter, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm in the city looking for some shiny Pokemon, and this guy is in the city letting people know that if they don't join him specifically, they're going to hell, okay? He had a big horn. And there was someone in his way. And he said, move, or you're going to hell, you know?
Oh, my God.
Not only are you going into hell if you don't follow him, if you're a little bit in his way on the street, you're also going to hell, you know? So it was such a weird mix. He was rocking with himself, what looked like his family, and a bunch of Asian women.
Like older ones?
I'd say between like 30 and 70, you know?
Okay.
I mean, you know? So, one lady comes up to me, and I'll be honest, she was not speaking English. Okay? I can't do an impression of her because I don't know what she was saying, and I refuse to be canceled, okay? But she was speaking to me as if I knew what language she was speaking. She was so confident, and she came up to me, and she started to switch from what I could identify as possibly Chinese, right? She began to speak something that I'd heard before in real life. I had this friend, his name was Robert Finch, a.k.a. Reverend Homophobe. Now, he was a guy, he was a Pentecostal preacher, okay? And he had some, I'm just going to say he had some restrictive religious beliefs, okay? And he would put up his hand, grab my head, and quote unquote speak in tongues, this guy. Yeah. He would go, you know? She began to do that to me, okay? She began to speak in tongues to me. It was a clear switch, too.
Yeah.
And she to me. And I go, I'm hissing in her face, and she's like, she's
like a scene out of Harry Potter.
She is not backing down. Right? She's in my face, I'm hissing, and then we're so close face to face, I fucking burst out laughing.
He's like, this is unbelievable.
And so does she. We're laughing together, and she holds up a hand for a high fucking five, and I'm like, you know what? She's kind of gangster,
and
yo.
That's real magic.
And I gave her a high five. Yo, high five meets. She, for those who can't see, she grabs my hand and she goes, oh
no!
And we start laughing again together, dude.
She used it to get your hand.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Man, so yeah, she is. I mean, I've had like some dear friends in my life. She's top 20. You know, she's top 20. She with that little interaction, she broke top 20.
She
okay. All right, so that was that, and then there was a much more aggressive interaction that you caught, and you actually caught that on camera. Can you go check if you had that?
Yeah.
So this Amy and I are in the city together, and we hear what many people will hear while in New York City is a traffic incident. Excuse me so much. I'm so sorry for that belch, but yeah. We heard a traffic incident, and I hope Amy has this on camera. I should have asked her from jump to save it, because Amy, here's the truth. Amy's 27 years old, but Amy uses apps for some 13-year-olds called Snapchat, okay? And Snapchat is an app where either you're a 13-year-old who also posted a TikTok, or you're an adult who is sending sexual images that'll have to disappear soon to someone else, right? And my understanding is that Amy uses that more in the young child way. You know, hopefully she isn't getting into any mixed media there. But do you have it?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, she has it on video. So Amy actually caught this on video. Well, don't pour more wine. You're gonna vomit tonight, okay?
This is the tiniest glass.
Okay. Now listen, Amy's gonna play this video. And I'm going to play it for the mic here, and I'm going to put the actual final video into the edit. But for those who are watching live, you will hear the audio here of the incident that we caught. You guys ready? Fuck yeah, let's hear it. Ooh, she hit the camera. This is it? Sounds on? Mm-hmm. Is it more?
Nope, it's just 10 seconds. That's all I got.
So, we see a guy. We didn't see the actual accident, but a guy ran up to another car.
He gets out of his car.
Got out of his car, ran through New York City traffic, and got the guy. He's slamming in his car, calling him asshole and stuff. And the guy's wife was saying, calm down, calm down. And, oh, man, it was such a fucking juicy incident.
He basically runs up like half of a block because this happened. And then the guy started to drive away. He, like, hit his car or something, sideswiped it or something. And now they're at a light.
Yeah.
And the light, he's like half a block to 3/4 of a block behind him now, the victim of the hit.
And the victim is a big, beefy guy.
Yeah, he's like a big guy. So you see him get out of his car that's stopped at the light and run up to the other guy's car that's like right at the light and bang on it and go, "Hey, asshole, you hit my car."
Yeah, and that guy in the car, he was a lot more of like a Woody Allen kind of character. And by Woody Allen, I'm talking about his stature, not if he's done any illicit activities with any adopted children, you know? But yeah, that was crazy to see. But that had me thinking too, like, I'm not sure if you've noticed this about me. And if you haven't, I have some work to do. But I've been trying to be in all interactions, but even more traffic stuff. I've been trying to be more peaceful, okay? Usually in the past, when someone would like cause me a problem in traffic, can you tell the people what I would say?
They'll die someday?
I'll say they'll die someday. And I don't know if it's today. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I don't know if it's in 10 years. But I say they'll die someday. Now, I'm trying to be more peaceful, you know?
That's nice.
Do you remember when the old man cut me off? You remember that?
Yes.
That was when I started.
Nice.
So, in traffic, an old man egregiously cuts me off. And then, guess what? We end up next to one another. I roll down the window, and he rolls down the window.
You like stare at him till he rolls his down.
Oh yeah. That's what good memory. He was in traffic.
He was so old. It took him a second to even realize that you were looking at him.
I rolled down my window. I stared at him, and I'll be honest.
He was pissed.
I did one. I was a little angry. I did one aggressive thing. I stared at him, and then I blew him a kiss.
Oh yeah.
And when I said, that's when he rolled down the window. Maybe he wanted someone's dick in his ass. You know, any dick. Okay.
He's part of the bum gang.
Yeah. Bum gang.
I'm gonna look that up.
All day. You know.
Penn Station, New York City, bum gang.
Man,
Google.
How is our Christmas Eve episode now called Bum
up.
Gang now?
We always talk about butts.
Yeah, we do.
And shit.
We do.
And shit.
So listen, this old man, he looks at me, and he rolls down his window, and he goes, "I cut you off. I'm sorry." And then
so old.
He
was like Rip Van Winkle.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, he was like just woken from that nap. You know, that's why he couldn't drive too well. Last time he was driving was 1920.
Granted, he probably shouldn't have been driving, but like he was old.
So I looked at him, and I was like, "It's okay. Just drive safe. I want you to be okay." And he goes, "What?" I said, "It's okay. Just drive safely. Get home safe." And he goes, "I can't hear you."
Yeah.
And I said, just drive safe. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then I drove away. So
then I said, "Good job, lover."
that's how I want to be going forward, okay?
2020.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this. I mentioned in a previous episode, right? What episode was it? It was when I was driving. I'm trying to keep positive thoughts. Because this started for me that one time I was driving to Ohio, okay? And I don't know, for some reason while driving, I was just concerned, like, man, I have to make sure that I drive safely. I have to stay awake. I have to get home to my family, right? And then I felt the urge to pray, right? And then I felt like, wow, every time, like, say when Wesley was sick, when my dad was sick, those are the times, like, when life is feels realist. Those are the times that I'm like, man, I feel like I should pray right now. Because what I'm doing on earth, I can't help it, right? And so I'll go back into what I used to do in childhood, which was pray. So that made me think, you know what? If this is what I do when I feel like I most need help, that must mean that I really want to be doing this, right? So that's when I started to try to pray every night, you know, and just put my positive thoughts and intentions out there, you know?
Yeah.
I'll say this, though. There was something that I was asking for in prayer about 2 weeks ago, okay? And I didn't get it. It didn't happen. And I stopped praying for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, yeah? You're pissed?
Yeah. And I felt... Now I feel kind of like, you know, I can't... The reason I started isn't like to ask for stuff. It's to feel at peace. Mm-hmm. So that's wrong to like hope for something specific. Mm-hmm. But I will say that that new behavior of mine is pretty tenuous. That I stopped when I didn't get what I wanted, you know? Mm-hmm. But yeah.
But that's good that you recognize that about yourself. And also it's like a hard balance to put intentions forward, because there is a bunch of things that in the world that we want and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a hard balance to put intention and out and pray for things that you want, and to also know that like no matter what, things are good. Like to also be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, to be honest, like when I think back, when I stopped praying at all was when I started dating someone seriously. I was...
You were busy now?
No, I felt ashamed.
Really?
I felt that that any spirituality was like shamed by intellectuals. You know?
Yeah.
And I felt that like I would be seen as like not smart.
Because you were on the college scene and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Like, and you were with educators and stuff, but I think definitely like now, especially like being with me and stuff, and you have supported me and not judged me through so many things, you know, like putting together rituals and doing different kinds of prayers and stuff, that I would hope that you're in a place in your life now where you can like do whatever you want and feel good in that.
Yeah, I do, but like, yeah, it just so ingrained in me, you know, like I like ever since I was a kid, like my trajectory was that I was Catholic, and then I converted, and I was even what the fuck do you call that?
Christian?
Confirmed. No, I was confirmed. You know?
Oh yeah.
I was confirmed as a Catholic. I even had a fucking confirmation name, Benjamin. You know, kind of a herb ass name. You know,
Linus.
Benjamin Linus. Wow. You know, and then I was like, I didn't like that religion. You know, I didn't connect with it at all. It was more that my mom was that way. And not, I shouldn't say that way. My mom was raised in the church, and she raised me that way, in the Catholic Church. But I didn't like it, you know. I never connected to it. But I did connect later on to the Presbyterian Church, where I felt it was more just about how can I phrase this? That it was more about just love and acceptance, and just like finding peace. As opposed to like, you need to do this, this, and this. Like, dude, like when I actually put this in an issue of Robin Hood, this comment that I used to write years ago, where my mom told me that before I convert from Catholicism to Presbyterianism, to go speak to the pastor at the Catholic Church. And he said to me, the church down the street, they don't believe that the bread that you eat is the real body of Christ. And I said, that's correct. They believe that it's a symbol. Mm-hmm. And he said, don't you know that you need to consume the body of Christ to get into heaven?
You have to be a cannibal? And
I was like, wait, so you're saying that if I don't eat your bread, that I'm going to hell? And he said, oh, and he just like kind of pussyfooted around it.
Right.
But hey, Father Rick.
That was your answer right there.
You should have committed to it, you pussy. Mm-hmm. What you said was you're going to hell if you don't eat that specific bread.
Yeah. Don't eat my cookies, you're done.
And that was all I needed, you know. And I went to the Presbyterian Church.
That's good. You made your own decisions.
Yeah. And I only really stopped feeling that way because of women, you know, because of I was afraid that I wouldn't be accepted if I had any sort of spirituality. And that because of like my desire to have a romantic relationship, I kind of put that to the side. And I shouldn't say because of women, it's because of me.
That's why I was thinking in my head a joke like, oh, he hates women now.
Yeah, no. No, it was because of me. It was that I felt that a romantic partner wouldn't be able to see me as who I am or how I want to be seen if they think that I also like hope for something beyond Earth. Because that's really what it is that I mean, the idea of this being it is scary to me, you know? So that's why I always hope for something else. You know, I hope that after life we can just like live again somehow, you know?
Oh, I definitely believe in that for sure.
Yeah. And like, you're probably not probably, definitely, you're the most spiritual person that I've been with in that you, I don't think that there's much difference between like me, like praying and you going on your altar, you know? Like,
yeah, and I definitely pray. It's just a different like different entities essentially.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's not praying.
I don't even know if it is different entities, you know? Like, I kind of see it as like, I don't know like what specifically I'm praying to. I just know that like I'm praying to like a force of good, I guess, you know? And I went with you to your Yule, I think 2 years ago or last year, and I remember this. They even had they had this thing where every person who came made or brought an ornament and they put it on the tree and said what it was for. And at that time, I was dealing with immense stress because my cat Neil would wake me up at like 5 a.m. every day screaming for food. And I was like, I want to love Neil, but he makes me want to literally like wrap him up in like a burrito and fucking make him into a fucking chimichanga, dude, and just fry his bitch ass, you know? So I wanted to only have love for my son Neil instead of that aggression, you know? So this girl says, this ornament is for peacefulness between humans and animals, and she puts it on the tree. And I was like, that's for me and Neil. And once everyone has placed their ornament, you go and you pick one. Let me tell you something. I don't want to sound aggressive, but some fucking piece of shit took that ornament first. That was for me, okay?
It was meant for you feel?
It was meant for me, you know? And in my heart...
But it did strike something in you, too.
Yeah.
About Neil.
Wish I had it, though, you know? But yeah, Neil and I are good now, you know?
Yeah. Our cats are so fucking cool.
I would say my cats before any of you, okay?
We love our cats.
Did I make a point? Did I get to the whole point there?
What?
About what I was talking about.
She...
What the fuck, where was that, you know?
What were you talking about?
Spirituality.
I think you did make a point that, like, my point in your story was, like, I understand where you're coming from, and I do get it, too, because I remember, I love science and stuff like that, and I believe in that as well. So it's hard to feel like you truly know, like, what there is to know and that you're, like, educated.
Yeah.
If you have faith in something that's not explainable.
Yeah.
But that is the definition of faith. It's you believe in something even though you can't fully explain it. You know something.
That reminds me, and I'm not going to name any names here, but there's this family that we know, okay? Mm-hmm. And it's a mother and two younger sons, okay? And my guess is that they're Jehovah's Witnesses. Mm-hmm. They don't celebrate holidays. And I didn't know how far it goes, but this shit is so fucking funny to me, dude. Amy was at home. I was walking with the family, you know. I was walking with one of the younger brothers. And it's so hard to not say his name, you know. But I was walking with him. And the mother was like right a pace in front of and next to me.
Like within earshot.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, she and I were both playing Pokemon, okay? And the young son, the younger one, goes, I wonder why the water becomes ice over there. And he points at this like little flowing river. And I was like, no. He said, I wonder why the water goes up and down, talking about high and low tide, right? Because I was thinking about a different situation with ice in the city this weekend. So why does the water go up and down? And I said, I don't know, man, science. And he goes like, he like does a little thing on his neck.
Like cut it out?
Yeah. And he goes, not in front of her. Not in front of her.
Don't say science in front of my
mom. Bro. And then later on, I was helping them all beat a certain player in Pokemon Go. I was helping them beat this Team Rocket leader, and I was tapping on the screen really fast with my hand. And I'm telling you, this little kid said, I counted this shit. He said this shit 7 times. He said, "What is this white magic?" about my finger speed. That shit was so fucking funny.
They're so funny. I love that family. They're so sweet.
Definitely. But yeah, no, I'd say let's end now. I think we're getting kind of long.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, you guys. And I hope that you have time to get together with people that you love and care about today, because that's what we're about to go do. But if not, and you're just straight chilling and doing whatever you want, I hope that you have just a great day and eat food that you want and drink what you want and have a happy holidays. Because we've been talking about Christmas, but happy whatever holiday. I just love an excuse to like get together and share love. So
definitely
share love.
Come here. Love you, BB.
I love you, Truth.
I love you, BB. And I'll just say.
And I'm even erect right now. And I don't know if there's any better way to end an episode.
That's my best friend, Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, these 2 new clips come from, I'd say, are one of our top favorite comedians of all time.
I love him.
Theo Vaughn. And if you don't know Theo Vaughn, please watch him. He is amazing, and this also comes from him.
Just big old TITTS.
Thanks for watching, you guys.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may our days be merry and bright, and may